Hello, my name is Shuttle here. Welcome back for another episode of Current Steel in Supreme Ruler Ultimate. In previous episode we managed to get a kind of a truce going on in here. I mean, technically speaking, North Vietnam is still at war with France, but they don't control anything in here. I think the closest areas that they control... Actually, I suppose if we have a look at the diplomatic relations... No, it doesn't show it quite correctly. Oh, never mind, then. Get rid of that then. We have skipped about 2 months forward in time. We're January 1954, and not that much happened in there. I did a bit of trade deals and such, and we managed to get the treaty integrity to 52.8%, which is still quite rubbish. But hopefully we can start improving that further today. We have gotten quite a bit of cash from selling a lot of blueprints and such, which hopefully is going to help us a long way. We also got on a few techs, but nothing too important. There was, I think, one medicine tech that then unlocked the polio vaccines, which is going to be quite good for the healthcare effects and all that sort of stuff, but we haven't really done too much. I think I increased the cultural subsidies by another 1 million or so. I do wonder though, the healthcare rating is 90%, the infrastructure is 99, law enforcement is right about 100. I don't think we want to necessarily lower that too much. We are starting to run into a bit of lack of workers though. Now we are also doing a bit of sales in agriculture. I don't remember who exactly we're selling to. I believe we're selling a bit of agriculture already to West Germany because they apparently don't produce enough. And that might be something that we'll go ahead and figure out today. Like, I believe, if we have a look at the nations that import some agriculture, Denmark is one of them, but that might just be that they are importing it from elsewhere. Let's have a look. No, they got a massive stockpile. Okay, so that's not going to be an option, really. China was another thing, or another nation that was import. Oh, they got plenty of production, it's just that price is so low. Who else do we have as an option there? Japan, maybe? I think we are already selling to Japan. France? I think that's not going to be an option or issue for them. Netherlands, like, we are technically importing a lot, but that's mostly from our colonies. Sweden doesn't need all that much. East Germany could use a bit more, actually. So East Germany. Let's have a look. Agriculture. We've got quite a stockpile, to be fair. But I'm just going to offer... How much? I think the difference was like a few thousand. So if we give you like... well, 11,000 for 90 days, that's probably a bit of an overkill. But sure, let's do that. Let's unpause. So we can get things moving. Sweden, I don't think we can sell a lot to them. They got a pretty good economy overall. Or balanced economy, not really very strong. Poland, I think we might sell you another tech knowledge. Polymerization improvement seems like a good idea. And then I believe Ukraine has a lot of money as well, so we'll just start... Oh, for the multiplier. Sure. Not going to give us a lot of cash, but that's fine. Does Romania need any resources? They need rubber. We don't produce a lot of rubber is the problem, so that's the kind of the one thing that we can't provide in large quantities. Well, aside from the various goods, like industrial goods. We got a good stockpile still, but we don't produce enough. Military goods we do produce. I suppose, actually, who would be in need of military goods? USA, apparently. Oh yeah, they got a massive demand. UK, India... India... I dare say, if we sell you for 90 days, we don't necessarily want to sell too much, but let's say 500 tons per day. We get a pretty good amount of money out of it, and it's hopefully going to improve our relations with them, and every trade deal that we do slowly but surely increases the treaty integrity, assuming that we actually complete the trade deal. Now, it's not necessarily 0.1% per trade deal, but... Oh, okay, so Poland didn't want that. Well, alright then. But yeah, in terms of cash, we're doing pretty strong. We're going to get improved missile guidance fairly soon. I did build up another 2 coal power plants in there. And then the research center over there is soon to be completed. I don't know if we're going to build another one right away. Now, I do know that since we're using the engineers to build things, then that's going to sort of have a bit larger impact on the unemployment than without. So it takes a bit longer for the... Oh! Well, okay then. France has declared war. Unprovoked long-range attacks as the cause. Well, I mean... Okay, let's have a look at the... allies and enemies. We're fighting only France right now, but that's probably not going to be the end of it. Intentions go higher. Taking neutral fire. Oh, right. There's enemies in there. France has declared formally declared war on our region. Declaration reasons are unclear, alright. Well, I mean, we got a lot of troops, so I don't think we can actually attack them there, but let's go ahead and go to normal speed. No, actually, we are fighting them there. Alright, let's get rid of that one. We got some planes in here that we could probably bring in. Maybe not that one. We'll send in the fighters and the interceptors and all that sort of stuff into East Germany. Now, where is there an airfield? There's an airfield over there. That'll probably do for now. Should be able to destroy these units there fairly quickly. So are they fighting anyone else or just... well, I mean, suppose they aren't fighting north of Vietnam, aren't they? Yes. Yes, they are. Let's actually have a look at the allies/enemies thing then. So we know that there's a lot of colonies. If you have a look at Vietnam, it should be showing basically the same thing. Without maybe... oh no, it's actually showing just for us, not for the nations that we... actually no, it does select for the nations that we select. Of course, we were dragging around the map otherwise. Alright. So the colonies might not technically be part of the war. Not directly anyway, but they will fight. Alright, well, I didn't expect this to happen. Well, I mean, I kind of knew that it might happen. I believe we've got some unit production that has been going along quite nicely. Do we have some... oh no, we don't have airplane production in here. Well, let's get some of the Yak-25s in here. And then the boats, we're not building over here, so let's get a submarine, so we'll get a whiskey. Then we'll get the Chapayev class capital ships. And maybe an escort ship, something that can spot the submarines. That'll probably do. Right, I mean, we have been producing at least land troops, that's for sure. Actually, what are we producing in here? It's the T-10s and Spetsnaz. Ah. Alright. Well, let's have a look at this reserve group. We've got some infantry in here. I believe we've got... oh yeah, we've got plenty of Spetsnaz. Time to start deploying some troops, shall we? Seem to have gotten a lot. Now, I know that I could just select multiple ones of these and then deploy all of them. Don't know if we need to recon, so we'll get the heavy tank battalion and the T-10. Oh, wow, yeah, we've got a lot of tanks in here. Well, alright then. We have the tank destroyers, we've got anti-tank battalion, a bit of artillery. These are light artillery, most of them, I think. And then some AA. Could maybe get a couple of transports just to provide some supplies. It's going to be quite a stack of units, hopefully, in here. Did it actually... right, let's just take a group of 7 of these and move them into Leningrad in case they try to do a landing. Let's go ahead and start getting up some garrisons. Especially around Leningrad, because Leningrad I think is going to be the first target. For the most part. Now time will tell how many enemies we'll actually have to fight, and let's actually put a full garrison in Viborg as well. And then I suppose there's going to be other areas, like I got the AI controlling the garrisons right now, but it might not think important to put garrisons in there. So how's the combat going? The infantry is taking heavy casualties. We got so much troops around surrounding them. That's not really a surprise. Well, market opinion critical. Approval rating dropped to 0.0. Okay, well, I mean, they declared the war on me, not me. But I suppose they did perhaps have a bit of a casus belli. I may have helped one of their former colonies to sort of get independence and all that. Right, so we should have some planes in here. Let's send in these to fly next to it. I don't want them to go into West Berlin yet. I do want them to provide a bit of fire into there. Now, we're not firing on any of the British or the American troops yet. That might change in due time. There we go. Let's entrench some troops over here near the forest. We'll get some more troops in there soon enough. We don't really have a lot of ships, although actually, what sort of ships do we have in here? We got a lot of destroyers, escorts. Okay, a couple of escorts. Is there capital ships in here? Oh, hold on a minute. Not selecting the correct location. There we go. Okay, one of these. There's another escort. There's some submarines, but none of the submarines seem to be particularly good. But I suppose we could send a few of them out. And, you know, just have something over here to guard the entrance into the Baltic Sea. Assuming that they're going to be sailing through here, then we might be able to sink them. And if we are in here, we'll be in friendly territory for the most part. I think these can be sent back to the airfield. Actually, no, there's no airfield there. Go back to there. There we go. And then we should have plenty of troops in here that are trying to get out. Let's get some tank destroyer, 80 gun. That's gonna be sort of supply or support units. Just we can put in the extra tank destroyer in there. And I'm pretty sure it didn't actually deploy everything. Oh, never mind, it's deploying a bit more now. There we go. Just need to make some room. So that's 6. We'll just move those out of the way. We'll need to get some troops in, but like right now we don't have a clear border to fight the enemy through. So we should be alright, and that's technically Ukraine. Let's have a look at the battle zones. Like for example over here, I think what we can do is battle zone controls, make sure to maximize the garrisons in there, and then same over here. Provide a bit of garrisons for these areas. That should certainly help. And then, of course, technically speaking, we'll probably need some near the... Well, we've got quite a bit of stuff over here at the Vladivostok, so I don't think we need to worry about that too much. There might be some other areas that we will need to defend, but right now, I don't think it's too big of an issue. Is North Vietnam still... Yeah, they're still Warsaw Pact aligned. That's good to know. So, I guess... we are at war. So how's the resource production? We're still not producing quite enough consumer goods. Electric power is also a bit of a lacking. Industrial goods is lacking. Military goods, on the other hand, is not lacking, but we're not getting a lot of money out of it. So what we could probably do is reduce the production a little bit. Go to like, I don't know, 80 or 75% maybe. Still 2,600, so that's more than 1,000 extra per day, which we can still sell, but it's gonna reduce the electricity and industrial goods consumption. Like, if we actually have a look at what exactly it uses. A lot of petroleum, electric power, metal ore, industrial goods, and rubber. If we reduce the rubber product or consumption as well, that is actually going to be quite nice. And we do still have a pretty good amount of troops here in East Germany. Now I'm hoping that we get our submarines over here soon enough to keep control of the entrance into the Baltic Sea. And then we got these 3. We can probably move forward. Make sure that no one gets into Leningrad itself. Oh, and there we go. We got a lot of tanks now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got one over there, so we'll just combine those into one group. Oh, and we got even more out of there. Alright. Yeah, okay, so we'll just make this into a group. I think this one we can just send into East Germany, just in case. If the others start sending troops, we should still be fine. And then let's take another set of infantry. Set it to the side. And actually what we should be doing over here with the productions is make sure that we actually start deploying them, just so that we know that they're there. And it's easy to see that, hey, we got a lot of troops waiting there. Over here we got the combat engineers already deployed. Let's just start deploying the Spetsnaz, I suppose, as well. Where else do we have? We got some productions over here in Stalingrad. Getting some armored or recon vehicles, and then more stuff over here. Including some AA guns. And we should have more over here. Oh, we don't actually have any production here. Alright, do we have any... Well, we've got plenty of infantry in production already. I think at this stage it might be better to have sort of selection of new artillery. So these are actually pretty good damage. What we're going to do is we're going to put like around to 7 units to be produced. So we'll have... We'll have 4 artillery. We'll have 1 AA gun. Maybe we'll have 2, just in case. And then we'll have a supply truck. And make sure that these are all deployed once they are ready. And actually what I probably should do is just make sure that the new production is always automatically going to be deployed. So over here we got new production set up. Over here we should have some... Right, that is plain production in here, but we don't actually produce anything in there yet. Let's go ahead and start getting some Yaks, or Yak 25s. Tactical bomber, we could maybe get some Tupolev 2Ds. Now to be fair, for the planes we might want to set the productions to not necessarily deploy... I suppose they can deploy at least a little bit. It's not going to be that quick production. If we have a lot of extra, we can just reserve them. Let's see, strategic bombers maybe? I don't think these are actually all that great. How much do you have at... Fortification is like 24... Yeah, it's not that massive. It's got a pretty good range though. But the actual damage is rather lackluster. I think we might get some transport planes in there as well. Right, so in the land production... Oh, we've got some productions in here, don't we? Oh yes, we do. We'd have quite a selection of stuff already waiting in here, to be fair. Reserve units. Hold on, so what is this location? Nizhny Novgorod. There we go. Right, we got some Spetsnaz in here. But if we just go through all of these, add them to the selection, we can just move them somewhere outside. Some combat engineers, so we can go through rivers if need be. I think we'll have these go into the Black Sea, more or less. Or in the sort of roundabout region there. A lot of tanks. Have we got on... Okay, these are probably new ones. Or at least freshly made in here. Considering that there's so many of them. Yeah, that is quite a list of these. I don't even know how many units we've got selected right now. But needless to say, it's quite a few. Especially the artillery. We'll have such a doomstack of artillery that anyone trying to even get close will just get blown into smithereens. Also got plenty of AA guns. Right, so all of these, I think we'll just send them to Rostov. At least to the Rostov region. And let's just make sure that we've got the production over here. Yeah, it is deploying there. Let's just double check Nizhny Novgorod that that's not the correct location. Over here, that they are now deploying. Yeah, there will be. Good. We should still have some productions over here. The supply trucks and artillery. So that's going to be a lot of extra in there. We could maybe get some more troops produced here. Don't think we have a particularly good infantry, so we'll just get some more T10s being produced, I suppose. Just double check. Yeah, it's going to be deploying. And then over here we could probably get another T10. And then over here, oh, we got a lot of production not being used. Get some supply trucks as well. I'm sure that we'll need them. Actually, anti-tank guns. Oh yeah, we do have the ISU 122s. We'll get some of those as well. Alright, well I think that's going to be enough for the productions right now. I have a feeling that the amount of consumption for the military goods is going to jump quite high up now. How much did we... We didn't actually reduce the electric power all that much. I think industrial goods and consumer goods are the biggest two. Military goods isn't too bad. Rubber is relatively high though. But you know, since we are fighting against France, is there anything over here that is still a French colony that we could conquer? Especially something that has the rubber somewhere. I mean, I suppose, technically speaking, French Guiana might have... Let's have a look. Commodities, rubber. Nothing over there. What about the stuff down this way? No. British Malaya has a lot. Now, to be fair, if they declare war on... Or if the British declare war on me, then I might go there. And conquer that. Yeah, right now it's not too bad in terms of rubber. I mean, I suppose Africa might also have a little bit. Especially Congo has quite a good amount of rubber, but don't think it will be going there. Now, there is also Madagascar that we could go. It doesn't have rubber, but it is a nice little... Well, nice central location there to call it, guard the entryway from, well, around the Horn at least. Or Cape into the Indian Ocean. And then is this one. I don't know if I'll be able to reach there. If I could take the... is this Eritrea? For in Somaliland, alright. Yeah, that's Eritrea. So yeah, if we could take that one, just have the port in there, and we can guard basically anything going through here. That would be quite nice. Right, so how big is the consumption of the military goods now? It didn't go up that much yet. I presume we got quite a bit of troops in here still waiting. For various reasons. Those are on the move. Let's have them in here. So we'll have quite a bit of troops just guarding right now. These can be moved probably further forward. Did we have the productions up over here in Arkhangelsk already? Oh wow, we got a lot of troops there, that's for sure. We did not. Okay. Let's go ahead and get some submarines in there. We'll get a capital ship. We'll get an escort ship. And then we'll get a patrol boat. This one's good for submarine hunting. Get those. Should be deployed automatically. And then I believe we've got some naval production here somewhere inland as well. I don't remember where exactly it was though. Was it here? It is here. Right, so over here what we're going to do is we're going to get some transports. Large civilian cargo. Now I know that you can use the merchant marine as well, but I think this is going to be a bit more immersive perhaps. Plus we can move in like a lot of stuff and supply the things, so it's good in the long run. So we'll start producing tankers over there. And we should be able to transport them at least into the Baltic Sea. I don't know if there's any other directions that we can take them into. Maybe into... Okay, over there. Through here, there seems to be like a channel going through there, so that would allow us to get to the Black Sea as well. So we've got options to where to take them. And that's actually going to be good. Do we have naval production in here? We do. We're not deploying them yet. Is the problem. Reserve units, roster done. We've got some patrol boats. We do have some capitals in there. Let's get some escorts. Any good submarines? Oh yeah, we've got a couple of good submarines in there. What I'm going to do with the submarines is I'm going to take like 5 of them. And I'm going to park them in Bulgaria. We're going to have them kind of guard this area here. We'll have like a 2 on either side of the channel there. And then once they sail through, we'll be able to sink them if they try to send anything into Black Sea. Should not be an issue. And then I believe... Did we already deploy some capital ships? No, not yet. I think we do want to get some. Deploy that one, maybe that one. And capital patrol boats, is this... Seems to be okay against submarines, or might be okay against submarines, so we'll get a couple of those in case the enemy sends their submarines, you know. We'll get a couple of the escorts, maybe 2 capital ships and the patrol boats, and move them into the entryway into Sea of Azov. So we can kind of guard this area at least so the enemy won't get there anytime soon. Now, technically speaking, they should be at war with our colonies as well, shouldn't they? Let's go ahead and send in some of the tanks. Is this all of them? There's a bit of infantry there, that's artillery and such. We'll bring this into, or close to Riga. We'll have these go all the way into Germany. Of course, Germany is not a puppet of ours, so that's not really a problem. But it's going to be good to have that. Now, I do need to check... Okay, yeah, I've taken the initiative off from all the troops. And looks like Poland... Wait, no, these troops might have been there for a while already. So nothing to worry about there. Oh, and we got the tech knowledge. Improved missile guidance. Right, does that unlock anything new? I think it might, actually. Anti-ship missiles. Sure. I'll put that in there. And there might be quite a few new ones in here. Maybe not some... Oh. Well, that is a nuclear missile. That's a lot of damage. But we won't be able to necessarily launch that quite yet, but that's fine. There's 100 kilos of nuclear bomb, which we can't research yet. Naval launch, is there anything over here? There's the geyser, which seems to be doing pretty good damage, actually. But yeah, no, I think we'll leave that one be. There's not much in here. What about the transporters? There might be some of the landing ships, actually, that we could want. Or ships that are capable of landing things. That would be 500 tons. That's not massive. That's 120. Yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll research that just in case. Just so that we can have some landing craft available. We won't be able to land more than like 1 unit at a time, basically. Some of the units not even that, but it should still be able to at least transport something to capture like a area around a port. I don't know if we will be doing a landing in France. It might be a bit risky. So what we should probably do... Ooh, right, there's some French patrol boats in there. So what we'll first do is we'll guard the Black Sea. We'll start preparing our fleets. And maybe we'll get into the Mediterranean. I suppose Lebanon is no longer a puppet of the French, or colony of the French, so that's not an option. But we could try to go to Tunis. Capture Tunis and Algeria and Morocco. We might make those into colonies, I'm not entirely sure yet. Remains to be seen. Right, we've got plenty of research going on still. I don't know if there's going to be anyone else that is... Okay, we got some garrisons being assigned in here, but I suppose most of this area is too far away for the AI to actually realise that, hey, we might want to get some garrisons. Of course, we'll probably need to pay a lot. And actually, how is our unemployment doing right now? Still 3.8%. Inflation is 6.9. Domestic abroad rating seems to be really low right now. Total rating is 58. How's our diplomatic... Treaty integrity is 36.7. Okay. Did the French at least drop it in that at all? Or is it just the AI? No, the AI had to... Well, they drop it a little bit, I suppose. Yeah, okay. I mean, suppose we did attack into there and destroy some troops, which were French, of course. Right, but I'm afraid we are actually out of time for this episode already, so if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also check out the links down below in the description, but other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.